welcome back to Sarah's Vegan Kitchen. I've got another recipe test for you today. Haven't done one of these in a while. Cheap Lazy Vegan just uploaded a video, like a casual cook with me video, and she made some vegan carbonara just out of stuff she had in her fridge, and that sounded really good. I haven't had carbonara since I went vegan. I used to love it, but it is made out of meat, dairy, and eggs. Today we're gonna veganize it. I'm gonna try it out two different ways. So the first way is gonna be from scratch. I'm gonna make like a tofu-based sauce, and I'm also gonna try it a second way using like store-bought processed vegan meat, cheese, and egg alternatives, and I'll let you know what I think my favorite is. First things first, I've got a pot of water boiling here. I'm gonna add a big pinch of salt, and I'm just using regular wheat pasta today. Usually when I make pasta, I'll do like half zucchini noodles and half pasta so that I can get full before I eat an entire container of pasta. But today I figured this is not a healthy recipe by any means. It's not intended to be, so we're just gonna use the real thing. I like my pasta super al dente, like basically uncooked. Let's start out with the from scratch version of carbonara first. I got the recipe from the Serious Eats blog. I'll link it down below. I've already measured everything out. So the base of the sauce that makes it kind of creamy is gonna be soft tofu, half of a block. Real carbonara usually has a mixture of parmesan and pecorino romano. I'm gonna be using nutritional yeast, to achieve that cheesy flavor. I've got some white miso paste here to add a nice savory sort of umami flavor, some saltiness, and the recipe specifies white miso because it's a little bit more mellow, a little bit sweeter. For spices, we've got a good amount of black pepper, some smoked paprika, and some red chili flakes. Give it a little bit of heat. Also gonna add in a tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice for some tartness. And finally, an ingredient I would not have thought to put in here on my own. This is sauerkraut brine, just the liquid from sauerkraut. And apparently this just makes it extra tart and gives it that lactic acid flavor that real cheese has. So throwing that in there. I'm gonna stop eating hard pasta now. So we're just gonna blend these ingredients together, and then we're gonna drizzle in some olive oil. Okay, smells like tofu right now. Now I'm just gonna set this on a low speed, and I'm gonna drizzle in the olive oil until it's creamy. So this is looking good so far. I'm gonna add salt to taste at the very end. The recipe just calls for kosher salt, but I have this Indian black salt. It's so good. I love using it in my tofu scrambles. It has that sulfury, sort of eggy, funky smell that I think will add a lot to this dish. I found this at an Indian market. It's really inexpensive, very useful. In one of my videos where I use this, someone commented that you should add it at the very end because it loses some of its flavor if you cook it. So I'm gonna hold off on this. Pasta's ready. I'm gonna drain it, but I'm gonna reserve some of the cooking liquid just in case I need it to thin out the sauce at the end. Okay, let's finish off this recipe. What I've got here, pasta, our sauce. I've also got some frozen peas that I defrosted. I'm gonna stir those in at the end for some color, a little bit of extra nutrition. And here I have some mushrooms that I sauteed in kind of a lot of olive oil. These are just baby bella mushrooms that I sliced very thinly. The recipe actually calls for king oyster mushrooms, which I'm sure would be better. Those have a really nice meaty texture, but I wasn't able to run by an Asian market, which is where I usually get them today. Didn't have time. Mushrooms are just gonna be standing in for the pork cheek or the pancetta or the bacon that is usually in carbonara. And the last thing I have, finishing touch, some cashew parmesan. This is just raw cashews that I blitzed together with some nutritional yeast, some salt, and some garlic powder. And this is really delicious. And I like the texture that it adds to pasta or to any dish really. I want to get the action shot, so let's try and set this guy up here. So we got our mushrooms sizzling here. I'm gonna throw in our pasta. This is half of the 1 pound container. Also gonna add in 1/4 cup of the reserved pasta water. And half of the sauce. The recipe makes enough for a full pound of pasta. I just decided to make the entire recipe. I'm just gonna use half of it now. That felt pleasant. Great. Oh man, I'm getting so excited. This looks good. We're just stirring it and letting it simmer a little bit so that the sauce can thicken up. Alrighty, the sauce is looking nice and thick. I'm gonna add in my green peas. We've got our cashew parmesan, just for texture. This is not in the actual recipe, but I just want to add it. I like adding it to everything. And I'm just gonna add some of this black salt to taste. Ooh, that egg smell. Kinda love it. Let's plate this. here we are. I'm so excited about this. Okay, now we are back for the second version of the recipe. This one should be done really quickly because we're just using all pre-made stuff. So instead of the egg, we are using the vegan egg by Follow Your Heart. I've had this container since last year when I did like a breakfast themed vegan taste test because I'm just really not a huge fan of this, at least as a substitute for scrambled eggs. But I think maybe in a sauce context, it might work out. So we're gonna test it. I have 2 eggs worth of the powder here. I'm gonna add in chilled water. I probably should have started heating a little bit of oil on here. I know you're not really supposed to cook with olive oil, but I just think it's gonna taste better if I do. So we're using olive oil. It's taking longer than expected. I'm gonna be using, instead of the guanciale, some of the Sweet Earth Benevolent Bacon. It's hickory sage flavor. I'm not sure if that's the right flavor for this dish, but I think it'll be okay. You like my bacon hands? You like that, huh? Okay, so I'm just gonna attempt to crisp this up a little bit, throwing in our pasta, our eggs, and a little bit of water as well. Actually looks surprisingly good and smells good. This is the Follow Your Heart Parmesan style shredded cheese alternative. I haven't tried this yet, but it smells really good, and I've heard good things about it. So, good amount of that. I'm not really following any specific recipe for this one. I'm gonna turn off the heat and stir in some frozen peas. All right, now it's time for the taste test. Okay, it is now the moment of truth. We're gonna taste test these. I'm so excited, my mouth is watering. I think I wanna start out with the one that I just made with the fake bacon and the vegan egg. Try and get a little bit of everything in here. Wait, that is actually so good. It doesn't taste vegan at all, I promise you. I don't know if it tastes exactly like real carbonara. I haven't had it in kind of a while, but this definitely tastes not necessarily vegan. The Follow Your Heart cheese is very convincing. There's cheese in my hair. Story of my life, right? Just kidding. Let's try the other one. This is the tofu one. This bite is not gonna be graceful. Man, this one's really good too though. This one has a little bit of a kick to it because it's got the cayenne pepper and the red pepper flakes in it. It's got more flavors going on. I almost prefer it with the mushrooms. I can't really decide which one I like better though. Okay, after tasting the mushroom one and then going back to the one with the Follow Your Heart egg, this one tastes really bland, even though I put a good amount of salt in it. So I think this one is my favorite. I was a little bit skeptical about using the sauerkraut brine in this, but it adds a lot without being too overpowering. Ugh, and I also just freaking love the texture of the cashew parmesan. Final thoughts, I like both recipes. I'm gonna finish both recipes, hopefully not today. Pray for me. I will say, I like this one better. This is the one that I made from scratch from the series Eats blog. It has more flavors going for it. This other one, it's good, it's solid. It would be even better maybe if you added some spices and just, you know, added some things to make it more interesting. A little bit of lemon juice, some sauteed garlic maybe. However, this one was easier to make. If you already have all the ingredients on hand, this is gonna come together very, very quickly. And this one, I had to go out and buy the sauerkraut and the white miso because I didn't have it. But I think the extra ingredients and the effort is worth it for this because it's so good. I would definitely feed this to someone who isn't vegan. I think they would enjoy it. Let me know if you've tried this recipe or if you've tried any other ways of making vegan carbonara that you liked. I know that Cheap Lazy Vegan used like a homemade tofu mayo, I think, in hers, and she liked it, so maybe I'll try that next time. And let me know also if you have any other recipes you'd like me to test. I think these are really fun to do. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Our pasta should now be ready.